Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, 'cause the ground-
What is going on, crypto fam? How you doing tonight? We are bringing you this show Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the Crypto Nightcap, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And we got all kinds of big news to talk about tonight. NVIDIA, all of their earnings came out and it dumped, so we're trying to figure out what's going on there. Kamala, we got to talk about her a little bit because she's in the news as well. And then we got a very, very special guest, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring him on up right now. My man, the OG in the space, Crypto Blood. How you doing, my dude?
I bring my own soundboard.
He does.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks. I'm doing great, man. Made it back
Nice.
in time. Made it back in time. Glad to be here.
Appreciate you.
FD, how you doing, dude?
You know me, man. I'm enjoying the dump. You know, just
You doing
taking
the
it day
dump,
by
huh?
day, man. Taking it day by day.
My man's out here
You got
enjoying
the
the number
newspaper
2.
on the toilet, huh? Enjoying the dump.
Yeah.
Kicking back.
Kicking back.
Nice,
man.
nice.
Kicking back. You know, you've been in the space. It's just like whatever. You know.
You get an iron
What's
stomach,
your
that's for
brother
sure.
there? Yeah.
Like, I know I was talking to a couple people and they're like, man, I kind of feel like I want to throw up. I'm like, I've been there, but not anymore. Now I'm watching just thousands of dollars just fly all over the place. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see what happens here, you know.
Exactly.
But cool. So,
Yeah, glad to be
all
here,
right.
fellas.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We appreciate it, man. Hey, so for those that are new here or may not be familiar with Crypto Blood, I don't know what you're doing with your life. If you don't know who he is, I'm going to give him an opportunity here to just tell him a little bit about himself, point out to his socials, and, you know, just give him the floor for a second so everybody can learn about him.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Crypto Blood. Been in the space since 2013. Started my YouTube channel in 17. And I'm just a person who have a technical background, computer science background, but also have a finance background. So those two paths led me to Bitcoin in 2013, and it's been history ever since, fellas. And enjoyed the ride. I've seen the changes in the crypto space. It's changed a lot. That's a whole nother segment that we would have to deep dive on that whole situation. But man, hey, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I'm still enjoying it. But I'm starting to get a little fed up with the crypto space. I'm not gonna lie. This might be my last cycle calling me Crypto Blood. I might have to be AI Blood after this. I don't know, but yeah, man. Trader at heart. Been trading for 17 years. Started on. Many people may remember this company, Share Builders. Anyone remember Share Builders? Let me know. Drop me a 1 in the chat room if you remember Share Builders. That's where I started trading, investing in stocks, and at 18.
Is that back in the days of Nintendo or what?
Yeah, almost. You know? I'm just saying. But yeah, man. That's a little bit about me.
Right on, dude.
Oh, and I'm a quant trader. So I'm a quantitative trader or rule-based trader. I use my background in coding to set up systems to trade for me. So I just maintain those systems, update them when need be, and that's how I trade primarily. But we'll do some manual discretionary TA tonight for everyone.
Oh, it's all good, man. You have a software that you actually post on your channel, right? It's called Bloodalytics. Are you still doing that?
Bloodalytics.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, man, it's all good here, man. You can talk about, use whatever you want on the charts. We're all good here, man. So
yeah,
cool.
I'll show a couple of the trades, the rule-based trades we're in. We're primarily short in the market right now, and then we can go through some TA as well, some discretionary TA.
Sweet, dude. All right,
I got a chart. I got a chart, fellas. TradeFly, not a chart, but like a table. Okay, it's gonna blow y'all mind. So just
I'm ready for that.
I'll save that for the latter part. We'll dangle a carrot for that. Yeah. But this chart, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna show you. Woo, man, it's gonna blow your mind.
Oh, I'm in on that. So you guys heard it. You're gonna have to stick around to the end to get the good stuff. He's gonna hold that over you. All right, let's get
Yep.
into the chat. Say what's up to Indie Rock Crypto. How you doing, my man? Clayt the Great, Trade Intuition. Joe's up here. He's got a channel. Go check him out as well. Caffeinated Crypto. What's up, my G? Retro Mike Tech. FD always in the chat as well. We got French Toaster Olaf fam. How you doing, my guy? And then Crypto Blood in the chat. Of course, he's on the show right now, but hey, we're all here. Mark Dutch, I'm starting to see you more and more, my dude. Thank you for stopping by again. And I think that's who we got in the chat right now. If I missed you,
A lot of
I'm
familiar
sorry.
faces. A lot
I
of
know,
familiar
right?
Names I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
We see a lot of the same people that just kind of bounce around the different shows. So you got those those core group, but they're all great people.
We
man.
appreciate
So,
you guys.
absolutely. I mean, this is why we do it, right? So.
But
Cool.
before we move on, man, Crypto Blood is also from Detroit.
Yes.
So give him this round of applause, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think they know about that.
Oh, they don't know about it, but maybe one day we'll break that down.
Yeah, that's a whole show right there.
Fair enough.
Yes,
fair enough.
indeed.
I'm actually I'm an East Coast dude. I was born and raised in Maryland, so that's kind of that's my back. I know everybody's like, you're from Cali. I'm like, I live in Cali, but I'm not from Cali, so a lot of people don't know that.
You live in Californication.
SoCal, yeah, man, it's crazy over here.
When you leaving? When you leaving? That's the only question you ask a Californian. When you leaving?
It's crossed my mind. It's crossed my mind. Sometimes we think about Florida. We were there for quite some time. My son was actually born in Florida as well. Went to school in Florida. It's just the market has exploded. It's
affordable.
It's not what it used to be really affordable, but now the market exploded, and then insurance has gone through the roof.
Insurance.
So it's like,
that's
dude,
the main thing right there, man. Insurance
thing.
for everything is just out of control.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know FD knows about insurance here in the D. Car insurance, that is.
Yeah, I'm riding a scooter right now.
My insurance is like literally my insurance a month is a mortgage.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's a decent sized house mortgage. Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy. Indie Rock Crypto. Let's go, Maryland Terpenes. Okay. All right. Are you from the East Coast? Let me know in the chat, man. And then Alexander G, what's up? How you doing?
Indie
Dave
Rock
Roy
is from Michigan.
Is he?
He's a Michigander. If I'm not
Indy
mistaken.
makes sense, huh?
He is. Yep.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Cool. Let's start getting into some of the news, and we'll talk about that first. Let's go ahead and pull this up here. News. There it is. All right. So, Cointelegraph, they make it so easy for me. They go ahead and give me some of the top 5 summaries from the day. So, Telegram CEO Pavel Durov charged and released, barred from leaving France. So, homeboy is stuck. Sorry, man. NVIDIA Q2 revenue beats expectations and record-setting boost to AI sector. But there's more to that because NVIDIA dumpsy dude after that. Very interesting to see that move back, but there are some things that people are starting to talk about, and we'll kind of talk about that back on the trio cam here in a minute. But I think there might be some fundamental I don't know. I guess there's a little bit of a basis there, but we'll talk about it. OpenSea Marketplace receives Wells notice from the SEC. Basically, they're saying your NFTs, not only have we run over them, we're going to go ahead and back it up, try it again, because now they're going to be securities. So sorry, man. If you got NFTs, it's not looking pretty. Overly optimistic Bitcoin traders washed out as BTC futures turn neutral. All right. And Bitwise, Bitcoin ETFs to absorb 120 million Osprey Bitcoin Trust. So let's go over to the trio cam. Really, I think the big news of the day is really going to be NVIDIA, right? Because that does have an impact on the market. Because I would say half the people that are in crypto, I'm going to guess, are probably in some kind of tech stock like Apple or Google or NVIDIA as well. I know at least on our show, like in the morning, we talk about those, and I know we are investing in some of the tech companies as well. So how do you think that's actually going to drive the market? One of the big narratives that's starting to kind of go around is that AI is going to essentially replace people, and people needing individual hardware may no longer need that, right? So that may actually reduce some of the demand for chips, right? You're not going to need 2,000 personal computers for a company anymore, and that company may be reducing it. Actually, it might even drive some companies out, because some companies will get so strong so quick that they're just going to assume or maybe even buy those smaller companies out or kind of merge together. So, what are your thoughts there? Do you think that it ultimately could have a long-term negative effect, I would say, on chip production as AI actually goes through its boom? I'll give it over to Blood first. Let's see what you got to say about
Okay.
that.
Okay. Yeah. So chip production, I think, will actually, I would say, still be on pace to increase over time. I think. However, what the thing about technology, especially like hardware, it's actually a depreciating or deflationary industry, right? So hardware typically gets cheaper over time.
Mhm.
Your TVs, the flat screen
Mm-hmm.
TV you bought 15 years ago for $15,000 is now $500 on Amazon. You get it
Hard fact.
tonight if you want to.
Mhm.
Uh, but so I think maybe what's happening here, and I'm not a stock guy anymore. I just invest in Vanguard index fund and just leave it there. And that typically beats the market. All these people that try to stock pick and day trade. But
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't go into the weeds on the earnings. I don't know. That whole stock stuff is a lot deeper, right? It's not like the crypto side. We don't have to go through the earnings and see what the top line, bottom line revenue is and all this and all that, right? So I don't know what caused the dump, but I would just assume that over time the price of the hardware goes down. So their revenue goes down over time because that price per unit goes down over time as they, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So they have to sell more of that unit to make up for the decline in the price per unit.
Mm.
So I don't know,
S- So that's
when that
kind of,
happens.
yeah, that falls
Mm,
in line a little bit of what I'm saying, right? So they will cost less and produce less, like based on not
maybe,
needing
I
as
don't
many
know.
people anymore. Like you're reducing the demand by
Yeah,
reducing the
but
amount of people in the
but
chain, right?
you need computational power.
So you're
That's
Mm-hmm.
increasing
Yeah,
always
yeah,
the
increasing. So you need
yeah.
yeah.
that AI computational power where and we talked about this on the stream earlier today,
Mhm.
enterprise, they're going to be ramping up on computational power for these AI things to run. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I think it will increase. I don't think it will decrease in production amount, but the price will decrease. Hence why you need to increase volume to make up for that. So
Yeah. So I
just my
think
two satoshis on that.
yeah, yeah. I'll add to it a little bit more. One of the other things I was reading is one of the companies was saying they had like one of these chat softwares that they
Mm,
implemented, right? And it essentially replaced 70 employees.
yep.
Wow.
70. So I
Yeah.
think that's what's like part of that
Human
narrative
capital
too.
is in danger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting, man. And it's gonna be during our lifetime. We'll be probably
In
nicely
3 years,
retired,
bro.
hopefully. Oh,
No, no.
no. You think it'll be 3 years?
Mm-mm-mm-mm. That's where the people are
No.
getting yeah, because it's exponential. So as
Yep.
humans, we don't know how to
Yeah, yeah.
process exponential growth. So we're thinking a linear path of, yeah, when we're in our 70s or whatever. No, bro, this stuff is taking off, and in 5 years, there will be a totally different um employment pool. Like it is the it's just gonna be crazy. I don't know, man.
You know what? You know what? I do agree with that when it comes to exponential growth. And I just think about like a few years ago, it was like you know how we have these deep fakes and everything. It was like a Snoop Dogg video, and it would look terrible. It looked like he was like a clay figure. And then just 2 years down the line, now we can't even know. We can't even tell what's new. I mean, not what's real and what's not real.
Yeah, it's
So I
crazy.
can see from that perspective how the
Yeah.
growth, the technology, it's exponential, like you said, and it's taking off. So I definitely agree. If we got from here to here in 2 3 years, I think that gap from here to here is just shrinking.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Right
interesting,
on.
man.
And how crypto integrates in that, that's where I'm trying to figure it out. If it
I
even
got you.
does. If
I
it even
got you.
does. Yeah, that's so I know you talked about that
Yeah.
earlier, so I know we'll
Yeah,
go into that.
correct. Correct.
Ah,
I don't know how
ah.
you guys do a 30-minute show. I'm just gonna It's crypto blood here. We ain't
Yeah,
doing 30 minutes a day,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. I'm just
yeah.
gonna let you know.
I see this. I see where this is trending already.
Yeah.
Ain't no way. Uh, all right. Let's wrap this up on the news here, and this is just what we are talking about. Nvidia falls 8% during stronger than expected earnings. We had a conversation about it afterwards. But what is really interesting, one of the things to take note of, is it a race 250 billion in market cap? Kind of led me to be like, hey, well, how much is Nvidia actually worth? And it is $3 trillion. That is more than the
Most valuable
entire
company.
total market cap of the entire crypto. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's wild. It's wild. One funny comment here in the chat here. Mark Dutch said, "My next GF will be AI." Well, good luck, dude.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, hey.
All right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, round of applause for that. That's all I'm.
Oh man. All right.
You know what?
Cool.
When I think of that market, before we move, when I think of the market cap being 3 trillion and crypto
Yeah.
only being like 2.5 trillion,
Mhm.
I don't know if that's good or if that's bad. I'm like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? You know, if we're so
Mm.
small, is that good or is that bad that we're still so small in the
It's
grand
good.
scheme of things?
It's
The
good.
good is
A
the
lot of
good thing.
upside potential.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of upside
very
potential.
yeah, true.
Yep.
I mean, if you look at the bear market low, we were under $1 trillion, right? So if you're looking
Wow.
where we're at now, we're over
It
$2
was about
trillion.
eight,
We've
seven,
doubled.
800.
We've
Yeah,
doubled in market cap. Now, I don't know if we've actually reached the high that we were at when the previous all-time high when
three
we were at
trillion was like 3
69K was
point
about
something
three.
trillion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't even think we're there yet. But the
No.
price is kind of eking up that way again, right? We actually surpassed it, came back down for Bitcoin at least. So that's kind of interesting. But I think that kind of fits the, I won't say the narrative, but it fits what you're seeing, right? Because you see Cardano is still down, Matic is still down, AVAX is still down from those all-time highs. So it doesn't seem like people have really flooded back into those mid to larger cap tokens or projects like they did on that last run we had to 69K for Bitcoin. So very, very interesting there. I think FTX and some of those narratives kind of scared a lot of people out. They're kind of slowly coming back in, right? As they see, Bitcoin in the news more and more, they're kind of working it back in. But I don't even think we're there yet in terms of retail flooding back in. I think it's going to take us to start getting up to 100K or somewhere around there. Then one of those big, like, psychological numbers that people are like, ooh, like Bitcoin's at 100K, man. I should have listened to Crypto Blood back in the day. But, here we are, sitting at 2 trillion. So it's interesting. It's interesting. What do you guys think
Mm.
about that?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely interesting, and I think just like with everything else, once the mainstream media starts talking about it, everybody will start pouring into it and start to come around. So in order for that to
Yeah.
happen, price would have to precede everything else, and then once the price goes up, mainstream media come around, then the retail, even though we are retail, but the retail I like to call them will be in. So I mean, hopefully that happens. Hopefully they got money. 2020, 2021 was a different time. So hopefully this time around we'll see something coming around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I think it's a mistake, and we do it a lot in crypto. It's a mistake, even in, I guess you can even say, equities as well, but it's a mistake to compare what happened in 2021
Mm.
to because we had $2 trillion of money just like injected directly into the economy. So that's like a outlier, an anomaly, and it'd be a mistake to compare it to that time period, because hell, maybe we'll see another 4 trillion this go around. I don't know. I mean, you just never know with these guys. They definitely want to keep the Ponzi scheme going, so I would err on the side of saying, yeah, they will do another round of whatever you want to call that last thing.
Yeah.
They didn't call it QE, but it was like
Right.
QE on steroids. So if they do it, crypto equities are going to benefit from it, and the main street normal Joe Blow, they're going to suffer. They're going
Right
to
on.
suffer. So
So we got a couple late showers here. Say what's up in the chat to John Germain. How you doing? Wix Wife Fine 89, Wix 589 featuring BTC twerking time. I love saying it. I gotta give them call outs pretty much every time just because I love their names. Army Piper's in the house, my man. Thank you.
hey,
Yeah, my dude. He's the one that gave me an opportunity to do this, man. So always much
mm-hmm.
appreciated. Definitely my dude. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. I think it's about that time. Mr. Elmer Fudd's in the house. Let's go ahead and sound the siren. All right. So Kamala Harris, economic advisor, does confirm plan to tax unrealized gains. So there's a couple things to know here. Oh, Don't care about that. All right, a couple things of note, and I think I got them highlighted down below. And nope, why would I? They're gone. All right, so that's all right. We'll go back over to the trio cam real quick. So a couple things of note there. All right, so it's really it's going to be aimed at the higher income earners, right? $1 million and above is where they're talking about implementing this. Also, with some of the drawing a blank now. See, need my highlights. But let's see here. Actually, let me go.
I know what you're trying to say. Yeah,
There
she's
it
trying
is.
to
There
aim
it
it
is.
at
All right, I
just the
found it.
people who are higher income earners, the 1 million. But oh, go ahead. I got a good two rebuttals for that because we can just go back to how income tax started back in the day. It started just like this, you know,
Man, I'm getting
and
all
then
kinds
it
of choppiness
trickled
here.
down
Let me know on the in the chat if it's getting a little
to
choppy.
everybody.
Looks like it's chopping up for me. So let's see here. I'm gonna start closing some things real quick.
Yeah, it is.
Just close some stuff out there. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. I did find the highlights that I had. So
There it
the
is.
plan would start by boosting the top corporate tax. That's what I was looking
Okay.
for. The corporate tax rate from 21 to 28%, and it would hold the top tax rate on everyone making 400,000 a year or less at current levels. So I'll take a swag and say that's probably, you know, most of the people in the chat, not all of them. There's always going to be some high earners there. But the tax plan would raise the top rate for wealthy to 39.6% from 37%. And like I said, the capital gains would be taxed at the top regular rate if you earned more than 1 million a year. So, you know, I know that's everyone's plan here, right? We want to earn more than $1 million. Just know that, you know, that is gonna hurt if you do fall in that line. So you got a rebuttal here, FD. Let's see what you got to say.
So my whole thing was like, anytime they talk about it's just going to be tax or the rich are only going to be doing it. I looked back and it was like the income tax. I think it was like the early 1900s when they started like income tax in general. It only was for the wealthy and the rich, the well off, or something like that. And then now, what is it? It's for everybody. It's just about for everybody. So this is just a one of the things that they do. They started here and then they end up being with everybody. So it's just I think it's kind of stupid. Then the capital gains tax is coming out and all of this other stuff. Price controls. I'm trying to figure out how people are really liking these new policies and how people are really in tune to these policies. It's really odd. And also I plan on making millions of dollars per year. You know what I mean? So it's gonna affect me if I'm thinking like that, forward thinking, if I'm gonna be positive about it. So I am looking at it. A lot of people on X saying, well, it doesn't affect me. I don't have that type of poor mentality, so to say. I want to be rich. I want to be making $1 million a year, or whatever it is per year. So that's how I think about it.
Yeah, that's the game plan, right? All right, hitting up the chat real quick here. Trade Intuition said the Matrix is real. Everything was fine until they mentioned her name, then buffering. Who else noticed that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's real talk.
That's interesting. I mean,
Mm.
that might be too coincidental. Right on. What I saw Piper said something as well too. He said frozen solid like a bank account after sending cash to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, man. All right. So I think we got the buffering issues out of the way here. Let's go ahead and get over to the market pulse. And here we go. First up is going to be the economic calendar. We got a GDP growth rate, and that is going to be August 29th. We got core PCE price index month over month, personal income month over month, and personal spending month over month. That's going to be on the 30th. So that's coming right up here tomorrow. So tune into the show because that's going to be 4:30 a.m. Eastern. Or sorry, not Eastern, but Pacific Standard Time because that's at my time. But on the morning show, Piper will break this down for you. He's going to talk through all these things, get you all spun up so you know how this is going to impact the market. So tune in tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, to our morning show on Piper Academy, and you'll get the skinny on all that. Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we are sitting at 30, which is fear. Market cap is sitting at over $2 trillion, and that's down 1.23%. Volume over 24 hours is going to be 126 billion, and that is up 48.3%. Bitcoin dominance is sitting at 53.9%, and that is down 0.85%. Let's get over to your top 10. Bitcoin, Ethereum, always number 1 and 2. Bitcoin is currently sitting at $59,112, down 2% over 24 hours, down 3.2% over 7 hours. Ethereum is currently sitting at $2,532, and that is up 1.7% over 24 hours and down 3.6% over 7 days. Rounding out your top 10, you got Dogecoin at 9 and Toncoin sneaking back into the top 10 here at $5.47. So it's up 1.9% over 24 hours, even though it is down 16.1% over 7 days. If you're wondering about Tron and Cardano, since we've been talking about them a little bit in the top 10, they are currently sitting at number 11 and 12. Over to the crypto bubbles. Let's look at some big movers. You got Dogs at 20.7, Floki at 9.3%. And let's see, IMX, which is immutable, and that is up 6.6%. Those are kind of your big movers, not at 5%. Let's see some of your big losers. You got Maker down at 6%, Matic down 6.1%, just getting whooped there. STX is down 6.2%, SAT's down 4.7%, and that is your big movers to the downside. This is going to be your... I'm going to need some water here. Good Lord. That's what happens when you go live.
Got a little Peter
All right.
Schiff going on there.
Oh, boy. Good Lord.
Blood,
Yeah.
you notice he always get choked up during his live
Of
stream.
course,
Every
man. He's
time.
in the middle.
Good Lord.
Yeah, every time.
I'm sick.
Every live stream.
I don't tell you
Going
guys.
to the going to 2,555 in
I'm,
3 years. Oh, wait.
I'm doing this for
Every
you
live
guys,
stream.
damn it.
So
I'm
much
toughing it out.
bullshit coming out of my mouth. Okay, sorry.
I could have used that a little bit earlier. Y'all sitting there halfway letting me die. I could have damn died, come back to life before y'all started talking. You're just watching me go. Good Lord. All right. Over to the liquidations, man. In the past 24 shit. All right, 24 hours, 69,154 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations comes in at 166 million, and the largest single liquidation order happened on Bybit. That's going to be Bitcoin, valued at 3.52 million. So remember, we talked about that yesterday. Kind of the norm is somewhere between 2 and 5. When you start seeing those higher liquidations, is usually when you see those bigger moves to the upside or the downside. All right, over to the liquidation heat map. Right now, you are sitting at an area support. We'll look at that when we get to the charts. But your highest level of liquidity here is about 64,000, 64,100 or so. That's, I gotta say, the alligator closest to the boat on the 3-day chart. Let's go ahead and look at the weekly, see what we see on there. All right, on the weekly, no big changes there. It's pretty dark up to the top and the bottom side in terms of liquidity. But you can see price action was coming down, and it was working through and just clearing out all of this liquidity all the way down. Now it looks like they've kind of gotten beaten into submission. I talk about that sometimes. When that correlates to a level of support, usually that would be an indication that you might get a reversal. So let's go ahead and look at that on the chart now and see how this actually lines up, right? So, and when I say we're at an area of support, all you got to do is draw a horizontal line, right? You can see it's very, very clearly support, a little bit of resistance. It was trying to hold up a support, breakdown got underneath, but you can see that this area at about 58,000, we'll call it 500 or so, is an area of support. Let's go back left on the chart just to get further confirmation, and you can see where it was resistance here as well. And look at this big bounce off of that area before a breakdown. So that's how I kind of say, all right, this is going to be a significant level of price action, because you can see right now you got about 9 or 10 different touch points on that one horizontal level. So that's why I think this is an important area. We did talk about yesterday, if we broke down under, or we did break down under this trend line here that's been holding us up as support on its way up, that I think you would likely see a rejection or some kind of price action off of that trend line. It happened pretty quick. It happened today. It bounced straight off the support area up to the trend line, and now we're kind of back down to support. Got, a bounce off of there. So what we got to do is come down and start looking at the oscillators. I'll say on the daily, it's probably going to look a lot more ugly because it actually got into an overbought situation on the daily, and now it's starting to arc back down. The 4-hour tells you a little bit of a different story. Problem is, when you're looking at it, a lot of the indicators within the indicator are still trending down and right. The only thing that you're starting to see is really like the RSI-based part of the prime oscillator started to work its way up. But then you have the power bar here also telling you it's feeling a little bearish right now. So everything within the indicator is kind of a little bearish, except we do have this indication of a reversal as well as the RSI is probably starting to trend up a little bit, and we are oversold. So it's kind of like a mixed bag, we'll say. But that being said, just looking back at the historicals of this level, that's kind of why I'm saying it's a critical level that this holds up for support. If it does fall down, very simply, I think we're gonna find some kind of price action off of about 56K. All right, so that would be where I would look for some sort of bounce or support, and that's based on this channel that goes way back, back to all the way to 2020. All right, so keep an eye on that area. We have found support off of this area multiple times before. So don't be scared to set up an alert somewhere around 56K so that when we come down and visit this area, it might be an opportunity to catch a little bit of a scalp or an intraday type trade. Right now, we're kind of sitting in the middle. All right. So I would be kind of cautious here, to be honest with you. I would like to see us break Vice trying to go long or short when you're kind of in the middle, because you have resistance right here and you have support right here. So what we would look for is it to break one way or the other and then get a retest and look for that confirmation. Now, I will be fully transparent. I did get burned on that on this one right here specifically because I was looking for that retest and it ended up breaking down. So we got that little fake out, kind of a little bounce here, and I was like, all right, looks like it wants to hold up. And then when I was looking at the daily, it was still trending up and right. So be careful with it, but I'm not sure that I would go long here right in the middle of the range. I would like to see it get back on top of this area here, and then, then we'll look for that continuation, or to the bottom side, get a retest, and then look for that move down. All right, so that's still what I'm going to look for. I'm going to stay with my principles when I'm looking and getting into a trade, whether it's long or short, but we do have quite a bit of a spread right now. So very quick look at Coinbase, or not Coinbase, but Bitcoin. And we'll give you the levels here. So this top side of resistance, there's obviously a few spots in between, but the top spot I'm looking at is about 61.8. That's going to be where we want to break. And then bottom side, we're really, really close, right? So 58.5 or so, 58.4, if we break to the downside, then keep a lookout for 56K. So those are your three kind of important levels in my mind. Trend line, dynamic reactor, and then previous area of resistance is all what you got to work for or work through to get to see that continuation of price action up and right. All right, so there is a quickie short time frame look at Bitcoin. Now I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Crypto Blood. Let's see what chart he's got for us today. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Over to you.
So for me, I keep it very simple when looking at and analyzing the markets. Lines, trend lines, support and resistance. That's it for me. So what we have here, guys, is and I pointed this out last week actually. This area was a point of concern with me. Okay, so up here we've got what day is this? This was on between August 1st and August 2nd. We attempted twice to get above the 65 area, right? Yep. So I'm counting this. I'm gonna just go ahead and group this as in one. Strike one. All right, and then over here, August 23rd, strike two. And then over here, August 25th, you're out of there. You're out of there, ladies and gentlemen. Simple. 3 strikes, you're out, right? And that's exactly what happened. I said, I'm concerned about this. When I saw this happen, I said that I think it was like on this Monday. It was Monday. I'm like, that's a little concerning that we had 3 strikes at the 65 and we failed very, very violently. So lo and behold, we saw the markets roll over from there. And I thought we would hold this trend line, but we breached through it. And the ultimate confirmation was a retest of it, and we got denied. So now we're kind of in this new, it could be like a new form of a pennant here, and we'll just have to figure out which way we go from there. But these lines here, I had these drawn before the markets actually even got to these levels. So it's great to see the markets respect the trend lines that I drew. And we had a double tap on this trend line, which is basically from the extension of this pennant back here on August 22nd, or ended on August 22nd, thereabout. So I always do my lines extend out to the right all the way, so that, because you'll be surprised, these lines will come into play months later. Mm-hmm. So I always have them extend outward And I did that with this, and that's exactly we're playing off this line right here. So at this moment, it's a wait and see game. If we breach 58.1 to the downside, get out the way. And if we get above, it's going to seem like you're late, but you got to wait for confirmation to get back above this trend line, above 60K. I would say 60.5. We see that, then we're off to the races again to, I guess, try a fourth time with Bitcoin. Now, with my algos, though, a different story here because we were able to take advantage of going short on Monday in Bitcoin. This is a Bitcoin chart. We went short on Bitcoin on August 26th at around 8:10. Okay, and then we took a little chicken off the table here, and then we added another short here on Tuesday at 2:30 in the morning. So we've been riding this bad boy all the way down, taking profits on the way down. Of course, ABC always be closing, and we're still currently in this short for Bitcoin. So that's it, man. Again, I've got 6 trades open. One is long. I got an Ethereum long trade open, but all the other trades are short. I'm short Bitcoin Cash, XRP, ADA, and Bitcoin and Link. So those are my shorts right now.
Right on. So one thing I want to point out here, let me go ahead and bring up my chart real quick. And this kind of falls in line with what you're talking about, keeping lines or some of the trend lines on the chart.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple channels that, and they're paralleling each other, that I've pretty much kept on my chart for months upon months. And it goes back to the all-time high. And that's really where I was like, okay, let's just draw a simple line from high to high and let's bounce a channel off of it. You know, down here where there was obvious support. This is on the weekly, so it's a very zoomed out time frame, and you can see like this has held up really, really well. When we had the explosive move, I actually remember talking about this area right here. I was like, hey, if we move past this, I was like, I'm looking for a big move. And that is what we got. But look where we found resistance. Look at this. Look at this blue line here where it was clear support and clear resistance. And then that big breakdown with a retest. And then price action came down. Look where we found resistance when we came back up with price action was right there at the median of this channel. And then we're finding support at the bottom part of this channel. It has been absolutely fire, to be honest with you. So we're getting really, really close to retesting that area. It looks like we really have, honestly, on 12 August. And now, is that time for us to push back up to this median? You know, that's kind of my question. Or do we get the breakdown? Because if you look at this on like a larger, this does look like a bull flag. But you could also argue that it's a descending broadening wedge. But think about what that is. That's actually a bullish formation as well. So you are getting a series of lower highs that are withening, and you're getting a series of lower lows that is also withening, right? Kind of like a megaphone. So both of those really would be bullish patterns, and you have an area that should theoretically hold up as support. So I do want to point that out to you guys. Like there is hope here. We are at a critical level, but there's definitely hope for a long play, I think, in my mind. But that's, you know, that's just me. And I'm just following these trend lines that, like I said, have been here for months. So just wanted to point that out to you. FD, I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to you. Let's see what you got going on here on the charts.
So I really didn't want to do any charts right now. I wanted to kick it back to Blood because
Okay.
Blood had a chart. I don't know if this chart was from earlier from your channel when you did you had a chart that you wanted to show. Not this, was it this chart or was it another chart? Because I think we were talking about the AI thing, and before we this is kicking it back. You know, we're going back. You know, rewind. I think it was about the AI thing. You had some type of graph or something that you wanted to show.
Yeah, I got a table. I know we're 12 minutes. I know we're 12 minutes over. I told you guys when you bring crypto blood on, it goes by real fast.
Yeah, so that's why I want to chop mine, and I want to see this. I want to see this chart that you have.
I actually saw someone mention it in the. I want to say it was Redman. Shout out to Redman. I believe he's the one that said this. But let's go ahead and bring this chart up because I don't know if many people know this about Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the chart now. Let me know if you can see that. I don't know how clear it is on the screen and the resolution. I don't know how good the resolution is for people to see.
It's clear. It's clear enough.
Okay. All right. So what we have here, guys, is basically a spreadsheet or table of Bitcoin's price performance since inception. Okay. And what should stand out to you which was something that I learned about, and I've been in crypto for 11 years. I didn't even realize this. I learned this maybe about 2 months ago. It may stick out to you, but September is
It's
the
bloody.
worst month by a
Mhm.
long shot for
Yeah.
Bitcoin, and this spans over the entirety of its existence. Which is, I mean, that says the more data you have, the better, the longer that data set is, the better you can rely on that. So I'm just telling the viewers tonight that 9.9 times out of 10 here, we're going to have a bad month in September, but should be followed by a great month in October and
Yeah.
November. Okay,
Yeah.
so November is the best month for
Mhm.
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All right, so if you break this down, let me just show you how bad September is. If you only bought Bitcoin in September since the beginning, you will be down 70%. I mean, of course, it would have to be like peak to trough. You bought at the absolute worst time, but I'm just saying, like, look at that. It's total average, not total. Its total return in September alone is negative 70%. Its average return is negative 5%. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
So what
absolutely
you're
crazy.
really saying is
Yeah.
buy Bitcoin in
Yeah.
September.
Buy Bitcoin
Yeah.
in
So that, yeah,
September.
we
That's
flipping
what
it.
I'm
There you
hearing.
go.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm hearing.
So
There
our
you
so
go.
our
But you got to
thesis,
have the dry powder. You need the dry
yes.
powder.
I
So
was
our
just
thesis
waiting.
on the channel has been the same thing, even without taking this into account. Because if let's look at what happened last year. We had a bad
Mm-hmm.
August, a bad September. October we started to get the gears going. October and November we just started to blast off. So hopefully we can get something like that, and we do have more catalysts this year as opposed to last year. But the one catalyst that I'm kind of weary on, like we keep talking about, is the rate cuts. Usually, historically, that's bearish. So we don't
Yes, it
know.
is.
This is what I'm leaning on. A lot of people saying it's going to be bullish this time, but
Mm-mm.
data says, like you said, the
No.
more data you have, the more accurate it
Yeah.
can be to foresee. The data is saying that they're usually bearish. That's usually bearish going into these rate cuts. Not the immediate rate cut, the first one, but 6 to 12 months. They are usually a little bit bearish. But then after that, because I looked at the stock market, after that, like the next 3 to 5 years, the stock market was up like 80%, something
Mm-hmm.
like that. So in the immediate short term, we're gonna get a lot of volatility, a whole lot of volatility. So like Blood said, man, just when we have these dips, if your conviction is strong, then you know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah, and I know Piper has actually showed that chart exactly a few times on his show as well. Man, I'm starting to skip around again. Let me clear out some of this. Looks like we're getting a little choppy.
Round of
Yeah,
applause.
we're not gonna mention Army Piper on his own channel no
You
more.
Yeah.
can't even mention Army Piper on his own
She
damn
was
channel.
bad as
Good God
Kamala.
Almighty.
All right, here we go. Unreal.
Hey man, chill out, man. We don't want to wake up to the to
Oh
that email.
man.
All right, where was I, man? Goodness gracious. Oh, AVAX. But yeah, Piper. He's actually showed that chart. I actually made a video about that chart. I don't know, probably
Okay.
about a year ago as well.
Nice.
So it's
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
a
fairly
good.
new to
It's
it,
a
man.
good data point for sure, for sure. And I think
It
it's good for
sure is.
people to see that and to know like, hey, like you might have a rough month ahead, but it might be an opportunity as well. Maybe we take that chart. Let's find some support levels. If you zoom out, look at the channel that I had up on mine, you kind of take those two data points and you might find an opportunity where you can long Bitcoin towards the end of the year. So there could be something in the
Correct.
cards there for you. All right, let me find AVAX real quick. I did have a
Yep.
special request to look at AVAX, so I am going to take a look-see at that. All right, hopefully that shows up there. Cool. All right, zoomed out. We're looking at AVAX. It is not the prettiest thing we're looking at right now. You can see it almost had kind of a head and shoulders look to it, and it looks like it's pretty much played out if you were to take the neckline and down. So coming back left on the chart, about $22, I would say, is a pretty strong area of support. And you can see that just coming back left on the chart where there was pretty clear resistance. And then you had that big breakout once it actually got past. Sorry, guys. I am fighting through this,
Another,
man.
Another
I am
Peter
fighting
Schiff.
through it. All right, I'm fighting through. Damn. All right. I'm fighting. I'm sick, man.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm sick as hell.
Oh,
All right.
oh man,
Yeah.
get better, bro. Get
I'm
better.
like sweating and all kinds of stuff. All right. Cool. So 22 is kind of a low side target you can look at. But I'm sorry, 22 is where you're finding support at right now. Sorry about that. You're finding support right there. 19 is a low side target where I would be definitely interested in adding to some bags on AVAX. But you got to really think like, why is AVAX here? Why is it down so far? And that's what kind of leaves me curious because to be honest with you, I had some really high hopes for AVAX and Matic in particular. And I thought they were going to do quite well. The thing with AVAX, they had that gaming narrative going, and I was like, I really thought that was going to be one of the big plays in crypto was the gaming narrative, and I thought AVAX was going to, actually be that. And I've used AVAX to actually move funds around, kind of like Tron, but I've used AVAX to do that. I've used Solana to do that, and it works pretty well. So here we are right now, looking at this. You got the dynamic reactor. What's up?
I'm not gonna repeat what Piper just said, man. I don't want to get us kicked off of YouTube, man.
Oh, I gotta look now.
He said you got something that some type of disease that's running around right now.
Oh, okay.
He might. Yeah, I heard it's this variant is pretty tough, bro. It's a new one. Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
A new vacation. It's a new vacation.
Here we go again.
Yeah. Yep.
It's going. Yeah, but the people are gonna
get better, bro.
Freaking revolt this time, man.
Alex O said stop inhaling jet fuel at work, man.
I can't help that. Ain't much I can do about that one. I'm probably gonna have some issues later on. But anyways, looking at this on the daily here. All right, so you got the dynamic reactor that's working its way down and right. You can see it's been clearly red since about early June, really actually late May. So it's working its way down, and it has been resistance the entire way down. You can see, boom, hit it again, boom. It didn't even make it up this time, and that was a news-based pump, right? Yeah, a news-based pump, and then it pulled back really hard. So it's hard for me, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like for me, like if you're looking to long-term hold AVAX, I think I'm gonna set an alert here at about 19, where I really think you could find some support. You've already got it clear here, and that was the last time it was in a range. And then if you go back further left on the chart, you can see that it was both support and resistance at times. So I think 19 is kind of that line in the sand for me, where I would be interested in adding to like a longer-term hodl bag for AVAX. But right now, I would just say be very, very careful. There is bullish news, right? Because they do have good deals with institutions as well as some bigger the retail market as well. And they're in bed, I think, with Grayscale, right? So long term, I'm still kind of high on AVAX, but I would honestly, I would probably wait till about 19 before I add it to a long-term bag on AVAX, to be perfectly clear. It's just the chart just doesn't look great. So you can look at 22 like potentially, but just realize like there's still potential for it to pull back. So it might not be if you want to layer in, maybe put like kind of a buy at around 22 and then again at like 19. That could be an opportunity as well, so that you don't totally miss the move. But I mean, until we break this area, this is my line in the sand for AVAX, is where the dynamic reactor, which is continuing to work its way down, but about $30. And I get that it's just another horizontal level. You can see where it was holding up as support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits of support. And then finally you got that retest and a breakdown. That for me is what solidifies, hey, this is a significant area of price action. So that's my line in the sand, man. Like until you get reestablished in this range, like it's kind of hard to be super bullish on AVAX. So that's kind of what I would look for personally on AVAX. Kind of broad look at it, but that's what I got. So, all right, back to the trio cam. Let's go here and let's see. Either one of you guys have any more charts you want to look at?
No, not really, man. I really just I'm kind of waiting to see how this September plays out, man. Right now, I'm trying to, just like Blood said, accumulate as much dry powder. I really don't have any type of dry powder like that. Like all my money is like allocated into crypto or paying bills. You know what I mean? So right now, I'm trying to
get the dry powder up, sell some, and then prepare for September. I think it's going to be a great buying opportunity.
I'm
for
excited.
individuals.
I just moved over. some capital, some nice capital. So I'm waiting. September, baby. Let's do it.
You might catch me at your local grocery store pushing carts, man. I'm trying to do anything to get some dry
Hey,
powder, man. It's that serious right now. I think it's that serious right now to where the market.
but
Once the market goes
I
down, it
will
goes back
say
up.
this: could this time be different?
Could,
Possibly.
yeah.
There's a
Always.
very, I mean, what I mean by that is, yes, a bad September, but will we get the follow through with a good October and November? I'm not sure this go around because of this election, man.
I
It's
think that's
Yeah,
one of the things I talked about too
I'm
was
concerned about.
a
true, true.
bad September and what followed it
Yeah.
historically. I
Oh,
forget.
it's
I think
great.
it was almost
No,
always a green month
So
afterwards,
yeah,
right?
oh yes.
so the thing with blood is like definitely. I think if this, I'm not trying to get too political, but we have to integrate it. If Trump wins, I think we
Yes.
moon at the beginning. If Kamala wins, of course, everybody in crypto is gonna think it's doomsday, and they're probably gonna do some type of flush out. But I think that'll be an opportunity as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I think if Trump wins, it's no good. If
Really?
No good.
Kamala wins, it's no good. I don't see a good card being played from this either outcome. That's what concerns me.
Why is that?
Um.
So I'm
Well,
talking about
if
just
Trump,
short term. Short term.
yeah, I
What
get.
you think
Well, I guess. I mean, it's so short of a window.
of a
It's hard
window?
to even. I don't even want to play that game because you
Uh
just,
huh.
now
You
you're
don't
talking
know.
about, putting a needle through the eye.
Yeah.
But the reason I say that is because I feel like all the economic numbers have been juiced for a while now. We saw what the revised unemployment was, changed it by 800,000. That's insane. Okay, they've been definitely propping things up, giving us false numbers for a while under this current, you know what. So I'm just thinking, okay, if the other guy gets in, Orange Man gets in, what happens? They're going to just rug pull. I feel like. I think they're going to just let everything
Man,
go to hell in the handbasket. And that's my
we have
concern.
talked about
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
that's my
It's so
concern.
much so much
It's so
uncertainties,
much.
man.
Yeah.
To try
Yeah.
to
So
Yeah.
I don't
predict
know.
anything is too hard right now.
But the best thing to do is, even if you're wrong, at least buy in the red so that you're not wrong as bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
don't
I
buy at
mean,
the
Before
top.
we yeah, go
there's
ahead. I'm
something to
sorry,
be
Trey.
said about that. I think for sure they're gonna give him a shit sandwich. There's no doubt about that.
Mm, mm-hmm.
But there's little things that happen that kind of like raises like your eyebrows a little bit, and you're like, all right, so
Okay.
my man went to Bitcoin 2024, right? He spoke there,
Yep.
and he was like, I'm gonna
Yep.
keep it as a reserve. What did they do
Yep.
within a
The next
week?
Monday. Yeah, no.
They
It's
sold
so
off.
funny you said that, TradeFly. I was
They
talking to
sold
someone
off.
the other day. Yeah, my lady said, man, didn't Bitcoin like take a big crash after Trump? I said, damn, I just thought that was the top. They literally smacked Bitcoin after Trump spoke. That Monday is when it all started. I mean, of
Yeah,
course they blamed it on the carry trade, and I'm sure that had something to do with it because the equities went down as well. But is there? I mean, the coincidence? I don't know, bro. That's just strange.
yeah.
Very strange.
So the other
Strange
thing I saw
times.
somebody talking about today was Trump apparently he dropped like an NFT series or something with NFTs today. Within
I
Oh yeah.
25
heard about that.
minutes, they said the SEC called NFT securities.
Yeah.
Oh my
They sent
god.
OpenSea a Wells notice
Yeah,
Oh my
same
goodness.
but they
day.
said that happened within 25 minutes of Trump dropping like NFTs. So
Yeah.
I have to fact check it. I don't know how legit it
It was
is, but
close. It
like
was definitely
I
close.
believe it. I definitely believe it.
Yeah, I believe, of course. We've seen
So
worse when it comes to that guy.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah.
right on. Well, cool. I think we're about to wrap this one up. Shout out to
A
Alex
hot
O, my
hour.
twin, my brother from
Shout out
another
to
mother.
Alex O.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's my dude. So Redman,
Alex,
man,
he gonna be up all
he's been
night,
giving you a
man.
lot of love too. A lot of plus ones for blood in the chat.
Oh, that's my guy. That's my
Yeah,
guy.
I can tell
I
it.
gotta
I can
get
tell that's your guy.
I gotta get him back on the show. Loved having him on my Tuesday and Thursday streams. I typically do trading shows on those days. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays are my two Satoshi uh, streams where I kind of go over more news related things and topics in regarding crypto. So yeah, got to get him on. Got to get you guys back. I got to get you on too. Got to get you on. So let's definitely do
I'm
some more
down.
collaborations, guys.
For sure, for sure. It was a good time, even though you guys watched me die. So, man.
That was funny.
Retro Mike Tech, dude. He just gifted 1 Piper Academy membership. Thank you very much, sir. That is much appreciated. Crypto AI, you are the lucky recipient. Go ahead and get over to our Discord. Check that out. That'll make you eligible for some giveaways, trade setups, all kinds of good stuff. So get on over there to the Discord. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Actually, I do want to give you, let's make sure I didn't close everything because we were struggling with some bandwidth stuff. Let me go TradeFly cap here.
So Alexandria G just dropped Bloodlytics in the chat as
Yes.
well. So go ahead and check
Thank
that
you.
out.
Nice.
Yep, check it out. 1 month free for the summer. So I'm giving away the 1 month. So definitely come over and sign up. Fill out that Google form on that link, and I'll get with you.
Yep.
Shout out to Fairdesk.
Awesome. Yeah, and here's the channel right here. That's gonna be at Crypto Blood. So that's on YouTube, and then his Twitter is gonna be Crypto Blood _. So go check him out, subscribe, follow, do your thing here. You can see I'm subscribed. So there you go.
Thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, absolutely. Over to X real quick. My man Rocco with In-N-Out Crypto just dropped some new swag. So he's got this Bitcoin hoodie. I'm digging it. I'm going to buy this weekend without a doubt. But there is a special discount code. So go over to my X. I did not put it in the description yet, but TradeFly15 will give you 15% off if you order something by the end of Labor Day weekend. So check that out. If you like that hoodie, which I do, go ahead, grab yourself one and save a couple bucks. All right, that's what I got here. Back to the trio cam. Blood, you got anything for the people on the way out?
No, man, that's it. Tomorrow is Thursday, so we'll be doing a live trading show. So come by and check me out. Probably 1 or 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard.
Right on.
Oh,
FD.
check me and Blood out on the Crypto Wars.
Trading Wars. Yeah.
Trading Wars. We'll be battling it out for the championship Monday over on with Keeper. So come check us out over there too.
I don't know if we're gonna do a different time. He spoke about maybe doing 9:30 so we can have a nice volatile opening.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Great.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, so that's pretty
that'd be
much
real
it for
cool.
me, man. Thanks for coming on, Blood. Appreciate you, brother.
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
much appreciated, dude. It was a good time.
Absolutely.
It was a good time.
Yep.
Definitely enjoyed the company.
Absolutely.
Caffeinated Crypto,
Thanks,
shout
guys.
out for you on the way out of here. C Long Acre, you got yourself a membership. Get on over to the Discord. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be here again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are going to be looking to give you some more of that important market news as well as TA that you can actually use tomorrow. That's the idea of the show here. We'll try to keep it a little bit quicker than we did tonight, I promise. But
Hey, listen, just know if crypto, you see Crypto Blood as a guest, it's going to be an hour-long show. We know.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I think the people
impossible.
I think the people enjoyed it. So it is all good.
For sure.
All good, man.
Sure.
And we again
All right,
very
fellas,
very
for
thankful
sure.
for you coming on. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all have a great night. Trade safe, and we will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out of here.
Holla.
Doses.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go.